When I was younger, I used to come to Celtic Park and watch Motherwell get many a beating. And the disabled section at that point wasn't very good. Your view was obstructed by a massive green pole. But since then, they've installed a new elevated platform in the away section. But what about home supporters? That brings us to the reason that I'm here tonight. A few months ago, saw the opening of a brand new platform, View 67. But is this just a box ticker? Or does it tick all the boxes? We're back, it's 2023 and Celtic take on St Mirren in the Cinch. Disability Liaison Officer here at Celtic, Alexis Dobbin, was the first person to contact me when we started this channel. So let's catch up with her and talk about the installation of the platform and what the future holds. So I'm joined here by Alexis Dobbin. Alexis is the Disability Liaison Officer here at Celtic. When did you first start working at the club, Alexis?
I actually started working at the club in 1989. So I started initially doing the ticket office, and then I've now moved on to doing the role of the Disability Access Officer.
So when were you assigned that role?
I was assigned this role around about 2018. The club had an SLO, John Paul Taylor, and they decided to bring in a DEO at the same, just after John Paul had started. I was initially helping John Paul with admin work, and then they created the role of the Disability Access Officer. So I work alongside John Paul, SLO and DEO. There
might be a lot of things that come to mind here, but what sort of challenges have you faced in the role?
The main challenge initially was just that you had to get to know what the facilities were and where you could make them better. So what I'd done initially was look for maybe quick fixes. So we brought in blankets, ponchos, we get a new system in for our visually impaired supporters. So we started off with things that we were able to look at and get done relatively quickly, and then from there we've created this area here, the View 67. We've improved the facilities down for the away supporters, and we're continually looking at where we can improve elsewhere in the stadium.
So when did the idea of View 67 first come about?
Well, the CDSA, the Celtic Disabled Supporters Association, they have regular meetings with both myself and senior management within the club. So the CDSA were keen for another wheelchair user platform to be introduced at Celtic Park to increase the number of supporters that were able to attend matches.
What challenges did you face with the implementation of this platform?
One of the main challenges is obviously making sure there was proper access for the supporters. We've got a lift down at the ground floor, so there was access via the lift. And the other challenges as well were just to ensure that we left sufficient room for sight lines, so the two rows in front of the platform have been kept clear in order that the supporters that are up here can see the game clearly. And basically we've got a long waiting list for season tickets, but what we've decided to do at the moment with this area in particular is make it match by match, so there's match tickets available for every game, and that allows people that haven't got a season book but want to come to games now on an individual basis.
Fantastic. And obviously other clubs in Scotland, what sort of feedback have you had from your own supporters about places at other clubs?
Very, very mixed. I wouldn't name individual clubs. However, there are some in particular that I do feel that there is a wee bit of work could be done. I think you've mentioned some clubs yourself when you've been doing your reviews, and other clubs, Motherwell, your own club in particular, they're fantastic. The staff are so nice, really, really helpful, and in the main the staff are very, very helpful wherever we go.
And that kind of leads me on to my next question. Do you have sympathy with other clubs? Because obviously there's the financial impact.
Yeah.
Clubs, I mean, look, a club like Celtic, it's one of the biggest in the world, so the financial implications are maybe a wee bit easier for you guys than other clubs. You can say that. They say, what more would you like to see done to help clubs that maybe struggle financially?
Well, I think that's the main thing, that accessibility is a huge topic now, and it's something that every club is trying to improve on, but the financial side of it is massive. Even for a club like Celtic, or any other even larger clubs down in England, etc. It does cost a lot of money, and I do have sympathy for the clubs in Scotland where perhaps the revenue isn't there to do the work that is required to get done. But what I would say is just what we've done here. You can look at simple fixes and also just staff in particular. I feel that if staff can engage with the supporters, if they don't have something in place, maybe there's an alternative there that you can look at and say, we might not have this particular thing in place, however, this is what we can do, and I think that goes a long way to try and improve the match day experience.
And of course it's not just people like myself with physical disabilities, there's the disabilities that aren't visible.
Yes.
What do you have on offer for those?
Well, we recently created our own lanyard, which we designed ourselves here at Celtic, so we've got an invisible disability lanyard, and you can apply for that just through myself at the club, and the stewards and the staff on a match day or even out with a match day are aware when a supporter's wearing that, maybe to the club shop or anywhere when they're coming to a game, that supporters maybe get additional needs that aren't quite obvious. We've got posters throughout the stadium now, and that highlights that these invisible disability lanyards are here, just to try and raise the awareness that not every disability is visible.
So Alexis, we're here at the away platform. I believe this was installed a good few years ago now. What was the process in getting this done? Because it did used to be a lot worse.
It was previously at ground level, Stephen, so we wanted to try and make the experience that wee bit better, and obviously the viewing facilities a lot better for supporters coming from the away clubs. So we've built the platform which facilitates 5 wheelchair users alongside their companions, and we're hoping that this makes it a better match day experience for supporters coming to Celtic Park.
And one thing for me here is now the fact that it's raised, because the stewards used to sit just in there below me. They no longer get in your way.
No, they don't.
And because you're a bit raised, you can now see down that line a lot better.
Yes.
Whereas when Celtic fans, because the team are so good, and my team used to get destroyed a lot, when they used to stand up, you couldn't see what was happening, so at times you're just waiting on the cheer. I hope the cheer when they come.
No, it's certainly a lot better than it was, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. So have you had any sort of feedback from away supporters?
We have had some feedback saying it's a lot more positive, but I think we've still got a bit of work to do on that, which we'll obviously continue to take feedback on, and obviously supporters like yourself that are coming along and visiting and letting us know what they think of what we've got in place here and what we can do better.
So what plans do you have for this platform and other areas of the stadium in the future?
Well, everything's under review at the moment, because what we're going to be starting to do soon is look at season prices for next season, season packages and etc. So what we are doing is we're always looking for feedback, and we're looking to see what improvements we can make up here. I think the access is a lot better, as you say. We've now got it raised, so we're just looking at what else we can do, maybe for ambulant disabled supporters and other supporters maybe with mobility issues or other issues coming to Celtic Park, that can make it easier for them as well.
Towards the end of last year, VAR was introduced in Scottish football, and there was a few people that had their reservations about it. Well, some people thought that it would fix all the problems with refereeing in the Scottish game, but I think it's safe to say that that hasn't been the case, with both these sides being on the end of questionable decisions and decisions being spoke about every other week in the Cinch Premiership. What do both sets of fans here see as the future for VAR, and how would they help referees?
I think referees need to start helping themselves, because well, they need to help themselves, Stevie, for the simple reason is we're seeing these decisions, right? These referees, you can see the decision actually happening, and then it's gone to VAR and they still can't sort it. To me, it's actually got worse, Stevie. I think it's got worse. So they need to help themselves. I mean, you can see the decisions, you can see the lines, you can see everything, yet they still can't come to a decision. I mean, what else they need, the referees? They've got every tool available, Stevie, and they're still not using it to their advantage. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I suppose, you know, the referee and the VAR should be calling the referee over to look at the monitor. That's the main thing. You know, at Ibrox, the referee should have been called over to look at that monitor. You know, and then they can make a further decision on it.
And Kieran, it's not just Celtic, it's decisions for the other clubs as well, isn't it? I mean, you look at St Mirren, I think who you're playing tonight against Hearts at the weekend, they were thinking they probably should have had a penalty. I don't know if you've seen that one, but it's other clubs as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think since it's been introduced to Scottish football, I mean, if you think it when it was introduced into English football, they didn't seem to have the same teething problems that we're having. I mean, look at the Aberdeen Rangers, semi on Sunday. They actually lost VAR altogether, so it's becoming a bit of a laughing stock in Scottish football. And to be honest, there's some clubs that seem to be coming second best off in it all the time with the decisions. And as you said, that one in the Old Firm game, the referee should have the final decision, not a VAR. If it's in doubt, the referee should be called over and he should make the final decision on it.
Since he came here to Scotland, the Greek-Australian Ange Postecoglou has brought a fantastic style of football to the Scottish game, with his inverted fullbacks allowing the wingers to get high up the pitch and his team to keep possession for large periods of the game. He's also dipped into the Japanese market, and we've seen sides as Hearts as well as Motherwell be linked with Japanese talent this January transfer window. And with another Greek striker, Georgios Giakoumakis, rumoured to be leaving here at Celtic Park, are fans worried about losing him, or do they have faith in Postecoglou's eye for the player?
You only need to look at his recruitment, which has been sort of absolutely fantastic. Surely, if Giakoumakis wants away, Ange is ready. He probably has 2 strikers sitting waiting, ready to sign. If Giakoumakis wants to go, away you go. Ange will have someone that will come in right away and it'll just fill that space.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would agree with that. Obviously, he struggled to get game time this year, just with the system we've played, and obviously with Kyogo sort of playing that role. Don't get me wrong, I think he's a great player and he's been a great addition to the club. But as your man here says, I think with the recruitment policy we've had in the last few years under Ange, I'm sure he's got somebody lined up to come in and replace him.
Big loss, massive loss. I think he should be playing no more, 100%. He'd be hard to replace. Apparently, for the money he's going for, it's not. You're going to have to spend more to replace the talent like that. I think the chaps should get more. Obviously, you have talent there in front of him, but he is good. To get someone in of that quality, it's going to cost more money. It could cost double that to get someone as talented as him. That's my opinion.
And boys, what do you think? Do you just think it gives you a different option than maybe a Kyogo?
Just different option altogether.
He's a big,
same as what he said.
I'd be a bit disappointed. I'll tell you why. Anytime that guy's come on the park, he's done a job for Celtic. Anytime he started, he's been really tremendous. I think his presence in the air, his presence in the air, even against Rangers as well. So I think they'd be lost in £3 million. I think it's enough.
Yeah, and it just gives you, from your perspective as a Celtic supporter, you're looking at it, it just gives you something a wee bit different.
He does. He's got a tenacity that I like. He's a driven player. I think he should be played a lot more than Ange's playing him.
Being a Motherwell fan, I know all about Stephen Robinson, and something that I think that he's done really well is the acquisitions that he's brought to the club. He's signed players that he knows, the likes of Curtis Main, Mark O'Hara, Trevor Carson, Declan Gallagher, Charles Dunn, all ex-Motherwell. But particularly the signing of Mark O'Hara and Charles Dunn, for me, they're 2 players that I look at with the problems that Motherwell are having at the moment, that I would say I would definitely have both of them on our side. We don't have that spoiling in the midfield, and we seem to be making mistake after mistake at the back. So St Mirren, listen, they're the only team to have beat Celtic in the league this season, and I think that they'll be coming here with a lot of confidence. So it'll be interesting to see how the game pans out, and I think, Buddies fans, he's going to get into Europe at the end of the season. Just a bit of comment on the teams there. Kyogo was doing right in for kick-off, but Georgios Giakoumakis, he is not on the bench for Celtic, so it looks as if what we were talking about before the game, it looks like he might be away, and Kobayashi, he makes his first start in the hooks for Celtic. And decision for Celtic at the back. The ball's flicked on. Curtis Main gets his tote and puts it in the back of the net, but he's been denied by the linesman's offside flag. Celtic are one in front. The corner whipped in and Stafford gets hit it. Goalkeeper makes a great save. Carson makes a great save. And Forster, I think it was John in the box, he hits the post, and then it comes to Abada, and Abada just turns it home. Joined here by Kevin, Celtic supporter, and also a fellow amateur footballer. I'm hearing you were at Mullow training the other night. I wasn't there, but did you enjoy it?
I was at Mullow training Monday and then I trained my own team as well, so I just thought I'd come along and get a bit extra practice with you guys.
What do you think? How we looking?
Stand-up's really good actually for just starting out, man. I was quite shocked. Played really well.
I know. Don't know, it's a good job I wasn't there, that's all I'm going to say. No. I'm alright, I'm getting there.
Sure, it'll take time, but you'll get good there.
But what do you think of the game?
I thought we played well first half. I think Kyogo Furuhashi's had a good game, the new centre back. Alistair Johnston looks good as always.
His deliveries are great, isn't he? He's got a good ball at the box on him, and he's composed for the full-back. We're here covering the platform tonight, Kevin. What I want to know is, you come here, my speaks, I'd imagine, how much of a difference does it make to your experience having that platform?
It's a massive difference, because one thing I've noticed as well, see when you're down on the volunteers, it's difficult to see where the ball is because you're level. So when you're actually above the game, it's easier to see the game and see where the players are and see where the ball is. So it makes a massive difference.
Are you listening football clubs? I've only been harping on about this for the last ever so months. They do need more help though, don't they?
Exactly.
Financially and stuff. But
you just need more funding, and once you get more funding, that'll be it.
Again, they try to do a lot for these here as well. They get people coming, taking your food order at half time and all.
That's one big thing as well, because it definitely, man.
But no, what about the rest of the season then? Obviously he's lost one game this season at St Mirren, so he's looking very, very good for the league. Giacomakis not on the bench tonight, so it looks as if he might be off. Are you confident that you can find a replacement?
Yeah, I'm confident. I was probably not going to happen, but I would also quite like to see Kevin Nisbet come from Hibs.
Kevin Nisbet, a boy.
I think he's very similar to Giacomakis in his build.
A boy who came through here at Celtic, Kevin Nisbet, paying money to get him back. But no, I think he's a good good striker. I would agree with that. But what do you think second half then? What's the game going to end up?
I think if we play the way we played first half, it could be a cricket score. I think it could be 3-4-5.
St Mirren are going to need to come out a bit more if they're about to get something for the game.
Yeah.
They just leave space for the likes of Kyogo and that.
Also, if you're St Mirren, you either want to sit in so you don't get hiding, or like you said, you want to come out and try and go.
Full time here at Celtic Park. It's finished Celtic 4, St Mirren 0, but that's not what we're here to talk about tonight. We're here to talk about the facilities, and we're going to change the way we do these. We usually rate it out of 10, but I'm not going to do that in videos moving forward because I think it can be very difficult to categorise what's an 8, what's a 7, and so on and so forth. So we're going to talk about the pros and the cons, and let's start with the pros of the facility here at Celtic Park, and there's a lot of them to get through. The first one that I want to start off with is the view. The view is absolutely fantastic. You can see the whole pitch. You can see the tactical side of the game that Ange Postecoglou is trying to implement, with the fullbacks being really inverted inside the pitch and allowing the wingers to stay wide. It was a good performance from Celtic tonight. Kept the ball really well and got 4 goals to boot. Also, the access to the toilets is really good. The toilets are really spacious, so there's a lot of room to move about, and there's plenty of room for your carer to go in and help you as well. The only thing is the locks are a wee bit tight, so they can maybe look into that, but that's minor. Also as well, it's freezing outside tonight. When we were out talking to some of the fans, it was very cold, but the minute you come up here, you're really well sheltered. There was no wind, and also for the fans down at pitch level, Alexis told us off camera earlier on, they've got blankets as well for them coming in the minute that they come in through the gate. So they're really trying to cover every base that they can here at Celtic Park. Finally as well, you feel like you're in with the crowd. You can really feel the atmosphere because there's people sitting right below you, and you've got the Green Brigade just over to the right as well. So the atmosphere inside the stadium when you're watching the game is really good. And lastly, before I forget, they take food orders before the game, and then they come back and check if you want anything at half time. So they come twice, and they take the money, and then they come with the food, so you don't even need to go anywhere if you want to get something to eat or something to drink. And the doors here at the disabled platform as well, they get buttons on them, so if they just open and you can go out onto the platform if you're in at the toilet yourself. And we're going on to the cons now, and there's not a lot of these. Firstly, I think that they could be doing with getting some screens in, because you can't see what's on the screens for like replays and stuff, or there's a bar check. You're really waiting on the announcer from the stadium telling you, and also to know how long in the game's left. They do have a clock, but you need to strain your neck to see that because it is behind you. So if they could get these screens either put in the back wall or in front of where you sit so that you can see what's going on in the game, that would be really good to see what other people are seeing inside the stadium. And the big con here for me, something that they really need to look at, is getting the lift situation sorted, because the lifts here connect to every level in the stand, and it is one in, one out, so you can be waiting sometimes quite a while to get into your seat or to get down to get back out after the game. So if they could look at maybe getting another lift installed, or making a system where the disabled supporters are prioritised to get down the lift, or making sure that again there's another lift for the catering staff to use, because there can be loads of people trying to use it at the one time. So I asked the question before the game, is this just a box ticker, or does it tick all the boxes? They've certainly ticked every box possible at the moment. I think you can always improve, but it's a fantastic effort from Celtic. They try to cover as many bases as they can. They've been brilliant with us. I didn't score a hat-trick the night, but they've given me a match ball, and as a thank you, we're going to do that in a giveaway in the channel. We're back for 2023. If you want us to review your club's disabled facilities, you know who to contact. I'll see you in the next one.